What do you think, Eric?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yesterday we got to go down to the Kenai River. Man, if you have never gone to the Kenai River and you enjoy fishing at all, you need to put that on your bucket list. Absolutely. If you died and went to heaven as a fisherman, the Kenai River is where you'd be at. I mean, it is absolutely the most amazing fishing experience I've ever had. For sure. Definitely want to come back and do that. But now we're getting the transition. We're going to go moose hunting. Friggin' jacked right now. Temperature's good. It's nice and chilly. They'll keep them moving more, and we're excited. We're excited to see what happens this trip. I feel like we're learning something every trip we come out, and definitely now we're learning some more, and excited to put it to use, see what happens.
Well, we arrived last night, got camp set up, and it's the first morning, nice and cold. We had quite a trip in here yesterday, probably took 3 or 4 hours going down the river and up in this slough. And we're just all set up, had a good night's rest after several days of travel to get here from Maine. And we're just enjoying some mountain house breakfast and a little coffee. It's the morning of day 3. Yesterday we had a good day. We did a little reconnaissance out behind the tent and we jumped 2 cow moose. In the afternoon we went down to the slough and walked a piece of woods and saw some good sign. Nice place where a bull had torn up really well. Anyway, it's rain and wind overnight this morning, so we're kind of catching our breath this morning here in the tent. Had breakfast and waiting for things to break. If we're going to venture out in this kind of weather, we're going to do it once, late afternoon, and make a game plan. So Eric, day 3, what do you think so far?
No, it's good. It's good. Some promising signs yesterday. Like you said, Dave, we jumped those 2 cows down here in those fingers of strips of woods, right? During the daytime, that's where they're hanging out, is in those strips of woods outside of the open meadows and whatnot. And so it was good to jump those in there, knowing that there are some cows around. That's 3 cows we've seen right here in this area. So as we get further in the rut, bulls will come. Bulls will come out and they'll show themselves. So that's exciting. Yesterday was exciting to go to that spot where that bull had tore that place up, and we're talking trees that big around, ripped to shreds that bull had torn up. So excited to see what the size of that bull actually is in the next few days. So looking forward to it. You can see we got a nice clothesline going here. All right. Trying to keep our stuff dry. So yeah, just waiting to pick our moments so that we're not getting wet all day, every day. But looking forward to it.
Well, it's morning of day 6, and we slept in this morning. We had some high winds out there. We had some rain, and so we're cooking a little bit of breakfast here, as in hot water, some coffee, hot chocolate. We've been doing mountain house meals, but this morning we have some big Texas cinnamon buns, and we're going to probably play some games of cribbage this morning, wait out this weather. Moose don't like to move so good when it's windy out. They're a little skittish. It's the 11th, so we're getting closer to some rutting activity or increased rutting activity. But this is what our accommodations look like. This is the 6-person Cabela's Outfitter tent. Works quite well with 2 people with 2 cots. Last year we had the 8-person. It's even more roomy, but the 6-person does work fine. And you can see up top here we have our drying rack for mostly socks. The only thing is, if you stand up and breathe near the top of the tent, you want to plug your nose, because after about a week of cycling through these socks, it gets pretty rank up there. But hey, what are you going to do? You change your socks often, but some things you can't help. Well, get a little bit of breakfast and kind of play it by ear, and probably focus more on the afternoon, evening hunt. Eric, what do you see? 2 cows.
I see.
So that's number 9 and 10. Most we've seen. I think we're in a good spot. Day 8, and Eric's a shooter today. We're headed out. We dealt with some rain yesterday and took a while to get things dried out this morning. We're gonna head down off one of the sloughs there and just work a piece of woods. The bulls are not responding to the call. It's too warm. It's a little bit early, so we're gonna kind of just do a walkthrough and see if we can't kick one out of the bed. That's the game plan for now, and then later on we'll post up somewhere and see if we can't get one coming to feed. They definitely like these sloughs that have this aquatic vegetation in them. We're seeing good numbers of moose. We've seen 14 to date. We'll keep you updated. Good. Well, after 8 days of seeing cows and calves, finally this morning we connected on this nice bull. And, very excited to harvest this bull up here in Alaska. And of course we'll use all the meat. Eric, appreciate the great help on this hunt. And we're looking forward to making it happen on your kill. We're gonna get this moose quartered up back to camp and hung, and hopefully this evening we'll be hunting for your moose, Eric. But hey, excited to be here. This is a great Alaska Yukon moose, and just love the whole experience being out here with you, Eric. It's an awesome time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, we've taken care of this moose with Eric's help. Definitely takes more than one person to do this, and just really had a good hunt so far. It's day 9, and this is the last load out. We'll get this moose back to camp and hung up. Then we'll contact our transport to come pick it up, and then we're going to work on Eric's moose tomorrow morning. We're going to take the afternoon, do some calling from camp. Of course, we're not too far from camp right here. Boy, it's been a great hunt. It's a great experience out here in Alaska. What do you think, Eric?
No, I think it's awesome. Awesome. Great moose, great location. Awesome. Awesome hunt.
Okay, let's head out. Well, we're back at camp. We've taken care of my moose. And we've got all the quartered meat and bagged meat hung on a game pole that we've made. And we've got a tarp over it as well to keep the rain off it, so it won't sour the meat. We're gonna contact our folks to come pick it up. They might want it to hang a few days right here, but anyway, we're done with Moose 1, and now we're gonna be on the hunt for Eric's. Day 13, we're packing up and getting ready to head out. Eric and I both have pretty busy schedules back in Maine. We've got, with Canoe the Wild, we've got 8 hunters coming in for 2 weeks of moose hunting in Maine. And Eric's 3 kids all drew tags in Maine this year. If anyone's familiar with the Maine moose hunt, drawing 1 tag is like once in a lifetime for non-resident anyway, maybe twice for a resident. But to draw 3 tags in 1 season is unbelievable. So we've had a great hunt. Eric didn't get his moose, but we had, well, I shot the biggest bull we saw in the 2 weeks we hunted. So Eric, what's your take here as we wind things down?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's disappointing to leave without a moose, but you know, I think we did the best we could with what we had for circumstances. We're not here during the peak rut because of the moose hunting obligations we have back in Maine, but no, overall it was a fun hunt. It was a different hunt than what we usually have done. You know, the bull day that you harvested, the way you harvested, where you did, with the scenery, that was a very great experience. We interacted with a lot of moose. I think we saw 22, 23 moose while we were here.
Well, it's time for departure. We're all ready to head out of here. Here's our fuel barrels. Moose meat, been hanging 4 days. Nice and cool, mostly in the 40s. Here's our gear, getting ready to load up, and then we're gonna head out of here. We've had a great time up here in Alaska hunting moose.